Welcome back. My next guest is Gina Thompson, and Gina is with Mary Shelter. Gina, welcome today.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
So Mary Shelter, I have to tell you that this is kind of a new enterprise as far as I'm concerned.
Right.
I got introduced at a roundtable St. Lucie meeting.
Right.
And talk to me a little about what Mary Shelter is and what you do.
Okay. Well, we are a non-for-profit agency who helps women over the age of 18 who are pregnant and don't have a suitable place to stay. And we are a program, so we're not an emergency drop-off shelter. We have women that call us, and they come to us from all different places. They might call 211, they might go to a pregnancy care center where they find out they're pregnant and need a place. And when they call, we give them a little bit of a phone interview and just make sure that they're appropriate. And then we have them come in and actually interview. So we kind of explain what we're expecting. You can live at Mary Shelter free of charge, but in return, we really want you to work hard and be willing to make a change.
So you're going to let me live there free of charge. When you say working hard, am I expected to go out in the community and find a job immediately?
No, what we really want you to do is sit down with our operations manager and come up with a goal plan. So every girl in the residence has a different goal plan depending on what you've already done, what your experience has been, and we want to increase that. We want to make you employable if you're not already. Some girls come in with a job, but it's rare. And it's hard to get a job while you're pregnant. So we want you to spend the time with us increasing your resume. So if you don't have a high school degree, then maybe you're going to get your GED.
So working hard means working hard at the program, not necessarily that I come in and I have to immediately start trying to find a job immediately.
Right.
But
right.
I'm going to work on my own life skills and
right.
the things that I want to do in the future.
Exactly.
And you have people there that are going to help guide me.
Yes. We're going to support you and be your cheerleader and tell you that, you know, if this is what you want to do, if you want to place your child, then we're going to help you place your child in a loving home. If you want to keep your child, then we're going to support you in that decision, whatever decision you make.
Wonderful. So you have, do you have transitional housing? Do you have a location?
Yes, we're located in Stewart. It's a large home with 5 bedrooms. Each bedroom accommodates 2 residents. It's a beautiful home. When you hear the word shelter, you think bunk beds and cots, and it's a real home. It's beautiful. And then we have 2 rooms that people transition into when they have the baby, so that they no longer have a roommate. They have their baby as a roommate.
Oh.
So it's a large house in Stewart, and we serve the entire Treasure Coast.
And when someone has a baby, it is, do they stay with you after the baby's born? Is it a 6-week? Is it a longer program?
We tell women,
how does that work?
We tell women 2 to 3 months after they have the baby to kind of figure that's going to be their stay. But if they're able to get a job and they can get their baby into daycare and we're not full, then we'll keep you right up until you can get your first apartment. If you're not that far along in the process and you haven't finished things, then we're going to look for another program. There are other programs in the county for moms and babies who will kind of continue along with your education and support and help you that way. So we're either going to keep you until you're ready, or we're going to try to find a place for you. Some girls reunite with family. You know, some women get back together with the father of the baby. We're going to, you know, the whole time you're living with us, we're working towards your plan and what's the best. And we always tell everybody, you got to have plan A, plan B, and plan C, because we all know that sometimes the plans don't work.
Sure, life takes some strange routes at times.
Right.
So I have to tell you that I can see just having so much fun there, just being able to go in and play with babies.
Yeah. We get a lot of volunteers that want to play with babies.
I'm thinking that's pretty lucky to be working at that job.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
You have volunteers.
We have volunteers at our shelter, and we look for volunteers who want to answer the phone, answer the door. Transportation is really big for us. Women get rides to their medical appointments through Medicaid, but if you want to go for a job interview, if you want to go volunteer, if you want to do anything in the community, you need a ride. And then we have volunteers who teach the women programs. So we teach them anything from cooking, sewing, cleaning, finance, how to write your resume, how to go on an interview, tutoring for your GED. Basically, life skills, like you said, is what we're teaching these women. Anything to enrich their lives and teach them skills they didn't have before.
That is amazing. That is, I had no idea that this existed.
Right, and that's
there.
what we're trying to do, is get that word out there that we're here and that we're able to give you the support. We like to support women who don't need a shelter but need support because they're pregnant.
So, I heard you say 211, so if I were to call 211 in a panic, just found out I was pregnant,
right?
And I want to make sure that the people who are listening know that I am not. It was once announced on the dais when I was not present.
Right.
Our clerk said she is not pregnant. And we've laughed about that many, many times over the years.
Right.
But again, I had not really thought about those women that are over 18 and homeless,
right,
and looking for a place so that they can have a baby and keep their child.
Right.
You know, we tend to focus many times on the younger children, the teenagers, but there is a great need out there.
Right.
And unfortunately, in this day and age, there is women there that are finding themselves in this situation,
right,
and without a place to go.
Right, or they're in a place where it's really not suitable. They're living on somebody's couch, or they're living in an area, you know, an abusive situation, or, you know, just not a good place to have a baby and raise a child.
So you're also probably doing some parenting classes?
Mm-hmm. We do parenting classes, breastfeeding, birthing, all kinds of, whatever we can get volunteers to come in and teach, that's what we, and then we have classes outside. We work with Workforce Solutions, helping the girls to get ready for work. So we, you know, we have classes in-house and out-of-house.
So how are you funded?
We're funded privately by private donations. We do 3 fundraisers a year, and we write for small grants.
Okay.
But it's all private. We have no government money at this point.
So...
And we have a thrift store. We have a thrift store downtown Stewart, and that helps fund our operations also.
Tell me again where that thrift store is.
It is in the old Benjamin Moore location, so it's right outside the downtown circle, traffic circle.
Okay. All right. So that is another way to fund this.
Our operations, and it's another place for volunteers.
That's great. So you're looking for donations?
Donations of anything to do with baby in that first year, so diapers, wipes, strollers, car seats. Well, car seats are difficult to take in. But anything, clothing, maternity clothing, anything you can think of for that first year of life.
Where would I bring that to? Would I bring it to the thrift store, or would I bring it?
You can bring it straight to the shelter. We're on 14th Street off Palm Beach Road. And then obviously the thrift store will take men's clothing, women's clothing, furniture. They do pickup, bric-a-brac, anything. So we'll basically take a donation of anything.
So you'll take, well, you know, I've heard you say, I'll take diapers, I'll take this, I'll take that, but I didn't hear that you'd say that you would take money, and I know that you would take money as well.
Yes, we would take money as well.
That is also important, regardless of the amount, whether it is somebody who can give
$10,
$5 or $10 to somebody who is able to be more generous.
Right. Definitely.
And volunteers?
And volunteers in both places.
So you are looking, so it's just a matter of calling the number that we have posted.
Yes.
And that somebody can call and volunteer, and you can determine in what way they can volunteer.
Yeah, we'll
and what is
interview
gonna be
them and
best.
kind of find out what they're looking for.
How long has Mary's Shelter been around?
We've been here 4 years.
Wow.
We opened our doors in 2010 and started accepting women.
And what kind of fundraisers?
We have a golf tournament we do at Willoughby in December. We do a fashion show at Willoughby also in January. And then we just started an evening affair that we had this year in Sailfish in March.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
So it's been great.
So it sounds like you've been embraced by the community.
We certainly have.
That's important.
Right.
We're hopefully going to get that word out a little more so that people know that it's available.
Right.
It may not be the person who needs to call you, but it may be a friend.
Right.
It may be someone who can say, hey,
there's a place.
There is a place.
Right.
And so many times that's what the issue is that you are in what you may feel is a desperate situation, and for everybody, desperation is different to everybody.
Right.
But you may feel desperate, and so many times you just can't think that there might be someone out there.
And all that support, you get a lot of support. Just the women living with each other support each other.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you learn how to be a mom.
Well, I think that's great. I think that you guys are doing really good stuff.
Thank you.
I hope that we get some donations in there.
That would be great.
And some volunteers out there.
Right.
And I got to tell you, I think I would love to find some time and come to the house.
Well, we would love,
okay?
yes. We give tours all the time.
I think that would be wonderful. I want to make sure there's babies there.
Yep.
I'll be honest.
There almost always is.
I want to see a baby.
Okay.
So,
just call us.
But Gina, I want to thank you for being here.
Thank you.
This has been great.
Thank you.
Hopefully your message is out. I will call you.
Okay.
I will set up a tour of
that would be great.
Facility. And
yeah, it's a beautiful home, and you can go on the website and see all about it.
Wonderful. So I want to thank you again.
Thank you.
And we'll be right back after this message.